morning, it's the Arty Mummy and I'm here to give you another tutorial about making soap bubbles. Now the one that I have posted up at the moment was my first tutorial and it's really rubbish, and I think it would be nice to have a few different ways to do easy soap bubbles. So the first one we're going to start off with is the easiest way to do them that I know. My 4-year-old could do it this way. It brings a lovely result, and let's get to it. We're going to do some finger painting. We have for this one, a number 8 flat brush and a number 1 round brush. We also have acrylic paints, brilliant red, phthalo blue, medium yellow and titanium white, and some water, and we are good to go. So I've got a 30 by 30 centimeter canvas that I've just graded from a deep blue with a little bit of white mixed in it, so just phthalo blue with a touch of white going right up to black, Mars black. So we're going to have a nice wet brush and take a little bit of white and a little bit of red and mix this lovely pink. This will be the second time I do this because I was distracted just before and I didn't press record. So we're doing it again, which is good because I've had plenty of practice now. So this is going to be the first of 4, I think. Instead of putting them all into one tutorial, we're going to keep these nice and short. There will be a series of 4 videos going from super easy, very easy, and a little more involved to get more and more realism into these bubbles. But we're going to start off with the one I think is suitable even for little kiddies, and it makes a really pretty bubbly painting. So we've mixed up our titanium white and a little bit of red and made a fairly watery mix with that. We're just going to pop some down here on the canvas like this and pop our finger in it and do some finger painting. We're just going to go round and round and round until that starts to go a little bit tacky. Now I've got a bit too much water in that because it's disappearing right away. Get a bit more of the red, a little bit more white, and do it again. One pretty pink soap bubble. Now we're going to go through the primary colours, so you can do them in whatever order you like. And we'll have them nice and closely spaced down at the front here, down at the bottom, which will be nearest to us where it's lighter and brighter. We're going to gradually trail off, starting from the bottom left hand corner to the upper right hand corner. I'm just getting some nice size bubbles. It's no good to have them all sort of little dibbly things like this because you just won't get the effect. You need to get in there and give them a good going round and round so that you get a nice shape that's nice and even, and you'll know when to stop rubbing because your paint will get nice and even on there. See, if I sort of stop rubbing now, I'm going to get streaks and things going on in there, see that? So I need to keep going until that all evens out. It'll even start to get a little bit tacky. try and get some different sizes too, so some slightly smaller, some slightly larger. Just going to keep going with that, get a little bit more paint on that one. Start getting a little bit smaller with them and begin to trail them off. Another nice big one over here. A bit more paint. Go. Oops. If you feel like they need a little bit of brightening up, you can go back over them like that, but do make sure that they're dry before you do that, or you'll lift the layer off from underneath. So I'll mix a little bit more up over here, because I'm getting some bits off my palette here from when I did it earlier and forgot to press record. So I'm well practiced on this one. And you can keep going over it until you're happy with how bright they are if you want to. I do like that better. It is so hot here today. My paint's drying like before I can even get it on the canvas. Just about. I don't think I'll make all of these brighter, just some of them, then we'll have an extra shade in there. Oh no, it's okay. I have a few sort of stragglers going off to the side. So the brighter they are, the closer they'll feel like they are to us, and the softer they are, they'll sort of push back. I think that'll do for now for the pink. Make sure my brushes are nice and clean. And again, we're going to pick up some white, put some yellow into it. Now if we just use straight yellow here, we're going to be really not standing out like I'd like to against this dark background. The yellow just kind of won't cut it, it'll go a bit dirty looking, and I want this to be nice and bright and happy. So these ones that we began with in the corner will be nice and dry now. And we're just going to pop a good bit of yellow on. And as you'll see, as we take it round and round, it will become quite transparent. And we don't want that streakiness, you've got to keep going until the paint's all nice and evenly distributed. Okay. So we want them thicker and like big and close together down in this corner, and then gradually sort of petering off as we go up. Same as the pink. Keep going until it's all nice and even. Go. Just try and keep nice and random with your spots too, because we don't want them to feel like soldiers in a row. A little one out to the side here. They don't have to all overlap each other, just some of them, and that gives that illusion of floating transparent bubbles. And the beauty of this, no two will ever be the same. Now I've accidentally popped a little bit of pink on here, but we'll get that later with the black and blue mix. Just touch it up. There's nothing that can't be fixed in acrylic painting. So we're going to get a good bit of blue with a little bit of white. And mix that up. The blue can tend to take over a little bit. We're going to get plenty of moisture in there. Better off to err on the side of caution to start with and be able to put some more on it than have it just go on too heavy. Might go right into here. That's pretty. Nice big one on the side. See how as they layer over each other, you can see each of the successive layers underneath. And shouldn't have done that. Just stick with your circle. And one there. So we're just kind of filling in the gaps with the blue here. Another one down here. I want it to feel like they're really thick down here and then sort of floating off to the distance, so I want there to really be a space in that corner. You can do these in any order you like. You can even do less of them to start with and then go back and sort of layer the colours so that you've got sort of 6 layers going on instead of 3. As in do a few pink, a few yellow, a few blue, then more pink, more yellow, more blue. It's entirely up to you. I'm just going to sort of take them off up into the distance. Here. I'm doing a little overlap up here. I think I'm pretty happy with that. The final step on this one is to grab our little number 1 round brush, make him wet, and pull out a little bit of white and just give that a twist as you come out of your paint on your canvas there. I don't know if you can see that. It gives me a really nice little point on it rather than sort of dunking it in. And we're going to follow the curve of the bubbles and just gently touch. We'll be a little bit heavier down here and lighter as we go up. So if you feel like it's a bit too heavy, you can always go and add more. You can just soften it off like that until you're happy with the amount of shine on that bubble, or you can add more to it if you feel it needs it. You do every single bubble, but where they overlap, just definitely give it a touch there so that the one behind isn't quite as prominent. So wiping off that blue just a little bit so where it goes behind it's not as shiny because you're looking through the other bubble. Just putting a little curved light on the top edge of every single bubble. So that one's behind, so I'm just going to soften him out. This one's in front, so make him a little bit shinier. Following the curve of the circle, You can dry brush this on too. It's just as effective. Oh, I've missed a little one back in there. And in here will be nice and soft. Using behind. I also don't want to miss any of these bubbles either. Every single one gets a shine. And it's just as simple as that. Just a little curvy stroke on the top quarter. And a little touch. Just make sure that you're not going to be transferring paint from your finger from one to the next. So I'll just rub my fingers together really. End up with paint all over my hands, but hey, that's half the fun. That washes off. Just go around and add a shiny bit to every bubble. Get more paint on. Rub it back where it's underneath another bubble. Paint should be going on nice and easy. If it's not, you need to get more paint on your brush. Now, have we missed any? Yeah, little one back in here. Soften him out because he's behind. A little bit more on this guy. And if you want to take it one step further, you can just add, need more paint. Few little light points on each bubble. And they'll also go onto the opposite side because the light shines through. I'm just doing this with a fairly dry brush. dab, dab. And try not to miss any. It's good to work in a kind of a methodical way, otherwise it is easy to miss some. And the bigger the bubble, obviously oh, we did miss one. The brighter the highlight's likely to be. Except for when they're very behind. And there we have it. The easiest, pretty acrylic soap bubbles. I know how to paint. Can't go past them for just going to tidy up that little bit. Can't go past them for fun and easy. Just grab a little bit of my Mars Black here. Like I said, there is no nothing that can't be fixed. If you feel like there's a mistake, which this obviously is, I'm just going to grab my larger blending brush and canvas covering brush. Blot the water off him. And that will dry perfectly fine. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today. Very soon I'll be posting the next level of acrylic soap bubbles, and I hope you join me for that. If you like my videos, please like, subscribe, share, hit the buttons. Love you all. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. See you next time.